Hello everybody, welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to just this little, I'm not sure how quick it's going to be. I'll try my hardest to make it fast as I can so it won't be so long. This is just a little tutorial on how to assemble. This is the medium size teacup die, and this is the small size. So I'm going to do two videos. I'm going to do them both. This video will be on both of these under these products in the store, okay? So I'm going to show you this isn't so big, this in the camera. So the way you want to put this together, this is the way I did it to make it easier. I kind of put off to the right the bigger oval will layer on top of the little plate, and I just threw the little accessories to the right there. And then I put the cup at the top with the little handle layer, and then this one is going to layer first on the top. This is going to be your actual coffee, okay? So definitely you don't skip that one because I think it just kind of gives it just a little extra something. I skipped it on one of my cards and I didn't like the way it came out. So definitely use that. And then you have the option of doing this pretty overlay, this little eyelet overlay, or you could turn it into a shaker. And then there are two layers. And I'll kind of point this out to you on a card I did already, just so you could see. Okay, so there's two layers. I use one of the layer I just use one layer on this card here, which will go right below this little overlay or your shaker. And on this card, I chose to use the bottom layer to put at the very bottom of the teacup, okay? So I just kind of wanted to show you that example so this way you'll understand. So that's how I put my dies in order, just so I wouldn't get confused, okay? So what we are going to do first, we're going to go ahead and put the shaker card together. So the papers I used for this were let's see, this one was let me see if I have it here. Yes. Okay, this one here is the eyelets, gingham and solids, and then I use the pretty blue color, and I use the solid, okay? And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and do that one first. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and do my layering. What I did was, since we are going to make this as a shaker, what I did was I went ahead and I popped this one up. That's the one I told you try not to skip, okay? That's going to go there. And I popped up using some foam. This is the little shaker part. Now, keep in mind, I did not make an extra like solid layer to cut out this. This is for your shaker. So what I did was I went ahead and I got the cup. I ran it through my machine on a piece of acetate, and this is how it came out, like this. And I already trimmed off some sides, and the easiest way, this is probably the easiest way to do it. Or you could just go ahead and get a piece of acetate, like so, put this part, and then just kind of trim around it. Whatever's easiest for you, okay? So we're going to kind of use this here since I already cut this out. So I'm just going to kind of line that up the best I can, just like so. And then I'm just going to cut off the bottom portion of this. So let's just go ahead. And I'm just going to cut this bottom part out right here. Okay. Just so now we have our solid piece here. Okay. So, but what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this on first. Okay. Right at the top. And then we'll put our, I said coffee, huh? I meant to say tea. We'll put our tea portion on next. Let me just kind of scoot that up right there. And let me grab my tweezers. Oh, here they go. So we're going to go ahead and put our little tea portion like so. Now you can use this as coffee too. You know what I'm saying? Just don't add the tea bag. So you have options with this, ladies and gentlemen, for sure. And then this one you kind of want to just kind of layer in the center the best you can there. Let's see. Just going to hold that down for a quick moment. Let that is dry. So what we're going to do now is oh, you know what? I think I messed up. I just recut this out, the little foam portion and this, because as you could see earlier, I had this connected and I did that without connecting the actual, the little, what do you call this, little acetate here first. So what I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and adhere the acetate first. I was thinking, wait a minute, something doesn't look right. So I'm going to grab some adhesive here. Let me grab my tweezers. And then we're going to I'm just going to use my little handy dandy glossy accents. If you've been following me, this is my favorite adhesive. I used to use the multi-medium matte all the time as well. So now what we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and just adhere this down on the little clear acetate first, okay? So I'm just going to hold this down for a quick minute. Now that that seems like it's okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take the little tape off of this one here, and then now we're going to add this portion, which I should have done this way to begin with, and I messed up. So, okie dokie. So I took off the little tape on here. So I'm going to kind of put that down because it's really sticky. And then we're going to go ahead and do the best I can by lining this up. Dokie. Just like so. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we are going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just use these little sequins here. But before I do that, let me take off the bottom portion here. Since this is really sticky, let's just have that on hand ready right here. Put it off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some little sequins that I have here on my desk. Like I said, I'm not a very good shaker maker because I always get the ratio wrong of the sequins. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put too much in here. I'm just going to go ahead. Now, just so you know, you could do the exact same thing that we're doing with the smaller teapot as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just kind of line this up. Oh, hold on. Let me move these down just a tad. Just like so. I mean, I probably could go with more, but you know what? I'm afraid because I want them to shake, you know? So we're going to go ahead and just line this up here. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, that's not too bad. Just like so. All right. And then what we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and add our little, what do you call it? The little, what do you call this little tea bag? We're going to go ahead and add the tea bag. So I'm going to put the tea bag like so. So let's go ahead and just adhere this down again here. You see how I popped up this top portion as well, just so it could be the same height as the actual shaker portion. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of adhesive only on the string portion because I don't want to get it all over this little clear acetate there. So I'm just going to hold that down just for a quick minute. And then now what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and just add, well, I'm probably going to add, because I have two pieces. I could add this here. Well, I could actually. Let me see. Let me see what might look better. I mean, you could add them both if you want. But actually, you know what? I think I like the bottom one. We're going to go ahead and go with the bottom one instead of the one in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab my adhesive and put it on here really quick here. Okie dokie. I'm just going to hold that down for a quick second. What I love about that stamp set that I had designed to go with it called Time for Tea, it has really small sentiments where you can add a little sentiment there that says with love, and you could use the coordinating die that goes with it, which I absolutely love. Okay, so you can do that. That is an option. So now what we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and now here goes the little plate. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, the bigger one. So I think we're going to go with, let's see. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and go with that. Because I cut it out in both colors. I wasn't sure. So let's go ahead and do this way here. I like the way this is going to look. I'm going to put some, go ahead and put some adhesive behind here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just line this up here the best I can. Because this is, you know, sometimes there's two-tone plates. I mean, you could do it all one color if you want. You totally don't have to do it this way. It's all your preference, you know what I'm saying? But you have options, you know what I'm saying? Which I love. Okay, so now you totally don't have to do this as a shaker. You could just use that little outer portion as a layer and stamp a sentiment on the inside without, you know, like I said, without making it into a shaker card. You have that option as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw some adhesive back here. Just like so. And then, and you also, you could, like when you cut out that part, you don't have to use the outer portion. You could leave like the middle part plain and kind of layer this there and stamp a sentiment on there as well. You know what I'm saying? So this way you could utilize that center portion. Okay. And then last but most certainly not least is our little spoon, which I absolutely love. So what I like to do is kind of like to not fold it, but kind of give it a little bit of a shape there. You see what I did? And then we're going to go ahead and just put this, kind of just glue this down like so on the actual plate here. A little gold spoon. I like the little decoration. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll bring it closer as soon as I'm done holding this down to make sure that it actually sticks. And then that's it. It took a little bit longer for me to get it together because I'm kind of explaining it, but it doesn't come, it goes together pretty quick. And then what I like to do to finish this off, I like to go ahead and just add some glossy accents to the T portion. Just to look a little bit more realistic. You don't have to do this, just a little something extra that I like to do. And I absolutely love the way this looks. It's super adorable, okay? So that is our first example. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the second one. The second one we're going to be doing is the actual layer, the little overlay, okay? So for this one, what we're going to do it in using this color here, and I'm using that same exact paper pad, but I'm using the little coral piece here. So let me go ahead and just kind of bring this a teensy bit closer since this one's smaller. Okay, so this is that layer I want there. So definitely, like I said, use that layer because if for some reason it just kind of gives it, it's like finishes it. You know what I'm saying? Gives it that finishing touch. Like I said, I used it before without the layer and I didn't like it. So definitely, I mean, you don't have to. I'm not making you do it, but you know what I mean. It just makes it look just a little bit better. Okay, so there goes that portion there. And then now we're going to go ahead and layer the T on there. We're going to put that like so. Okie dokie. And then what we are going to do, we are going to put on the little overlay. Isn't that super cute? So this one here just pierces the paper. This one doesn't make holes in it like the actual other one does. Now, let me show you I don't have an example to show you, but actually I do. My next one I'm going to show you, I'll show you what it looks like, okay? So this is just going to go directly down on here. You can pop these up if you want. I'm just trying to keep it simple for you right now since this video is probably going to be longer, and I lied. I'm sorry. I did say I was going to try and make it short, but it doesn't look like it's going to because I want to make sure I kind of cover everything for you so you won't get overwhelmed. So I see that, and you know what, this video actually, I shot it the same time as the other two, which I put in the store already, the tea kettle and the daisy dies. And I thought I had this one, but when I went back to, I thought I loaded this one, to be honest with you, but when I went back to look at it, it was gone. I was like, oh my God, what the heck happened here? So I'm redoing it right now, so that's okay. So anyways, so there goes that, and I couldn't even retrieve it. I was like, I wasn't upset. I said, you know what, it's okay, no biggie, because this is easy to do and they're so fun to work with. So I'm just holding that little portion down. And this is the handle. We're going to go ahead and put the little handle on there. And now, as you can see for our little shaker, uh-oh, I bent my little spoon. Okay, for my little shaker, I did not put a layer onto the handle. I kept it as is, which I think it came out super cute. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just adhere the little handle on there. Just like so. Okay, just like that. And then what we're going to do for this one, I want to use the middle layer, okay? The middle layer right here. I don't want to use the bottom layer. This is just the middle layer since I kind of kept it all solid. So this is going to go here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the little tea bag. I already added the little heart on the tea bag already. So we're going to go ahead and just put that like so. Once you get the whole concept, they're really easy to put together, you know, and super fun. So we're going to put that like so. And then next, what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and put together the little plate, okay? And it's okay if it kind of oozed out a little bit because we're going to put glossy accents on that whole thing anyway. Okie dokie, so now that we got that portion done, I'm thinking we should probably do the white plate with the little inner part. Let's see how that would look. Yeah, I think that's cute because this way we'll leave it more on the white side there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and add that to the plate here. And then put it all together, and I can show you my last example. And there's so much you could do with these. I mean, I love the way this set came out. And the next example I'm going to show you, it'll kind of give you an example how you could layer these, layer your little teacups. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some adhesive on here. Just like so. And then I also cut out another cutie patootie little gold spoon for this one as well. And let me put some adhesive on here. Let's put that spoon like so. I mean, you could arrange the spoon however you want. You don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it. But this is just, the point of this video is to show you how to put these dies together because it can look overwhelming in the package. So when you get your package, I'm not sure, a lot of you repackage it like on a magnet. If you go ahead and set it up the way I set it up for you, the way I set it up on here, and I'll show it to you again before I go, you won't be so overwhelmed, okay? Okay, so that's that. And then let me go ahead and show you. Now, I'm not putting this one together for you because this one, I already put those two together. So this way you have the example. Okay, this is the one I wanted to show you. See how the bigger overlay has the little cutouts and the smaller one only has the little piercing. So in order for this to, if you want to go ahead and stack some teacups, and you could do this the same thing with the smaller one, what you want to do is grab yourself a little X-Acto knife here. And then just kind of cut below it, okay? I mean, right above this little overlay here. And then that's how you can stack your little teacups up, okay? So, and that's what I did with these. I went ahead and I put a little, these are the ones that are in the actual paper pads. I used my X-Acto knife, and that's how I was able to stack those, okay? But in this case, I want to show you because I had so many requests from a lot of you who want they wanted something designed for the little ginger. So this is my very original one, the ginger boy and girl set. So if you just go ahead and just put that in there, and it'll set perfectly in there. And then what you want to do is just go ahead and if you want to just put some tape down there, you know what I'm saying? And then it'll stay on your card or however you want to do it. I mean, you could stack a whole bunch like on a little, mini slimline card, and then have the little gingy right at the top. Super cute, okay? So that is it, everyone. Those are my examples here of putting this little fun, both of these fun die sets together. Let me grab the little shaker one. Okay, so here they go like so. So I definitely suggest to put your little dies in order like I showed you here. Okay, so hopefully that zoomed out a little. So this way you'll know exactly how the order to put them in. You don't have to do them in this order, but this is how they they kind of layer all on top of each other, okay? So sorry for this long video, everyone. This is for the small teacup dies and for the medium-sized teacup dies. These were showing examples how to put these together. So thank you so very much for tuning in, everybody. So I will have this in my store. So when you go ahead and you look up these two dies, click on the link. There's a video and it'll show you. And this way you don't have to like search for it all over YouTube. It'll be right in the store for you. Okay. And sorry I didn't get this up to you sooner. I thought I did. Apparently I didn't, but a lot of you are already getting them in the mail. So I'm super excited and I cannot wait to see what you all create. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a fabulous day and I will see you all back here soon. Bye-bye.